Sarah, the live stream's going, so whenever you're ready to start.
Okay, thank you. I'm just waiting for the other board members. I appreciate it. I'm just waiting on Neil for a minute. Miss Ariana, are you ready?
I am.
I feel like I'm with my students. I have to see your face, so I know that you're ready. Okay, we're gonna reconvene back into open session at 6:02. We don't have anything to report out because we not take official action in closed session. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Sarah, you need
Yep.
to report, can you report out?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I did, I promise.
No, I just didn't hear it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mentioned that we didn't have to take an official vote in closed session. Okay, no problem. I did have a motion and a second for approval of the consent agenda, and I also vote aye, so it passes 5-0. Okay, 4.1 Santa Rita Teachers Association, so I'm gonna read the letter from them. Good evening, members of the board. Our members have expressed that the professional development day went well this past week. We accomplished a lot of things on our list in order to make sure we are best reaching the needs of our students. We appreciate being given time to work on our classrooms as well as attending professional development that fits our needs, especially in this new teaching environment. Elementary teachers are prepping for Parent-Teacher Conference Week at the end of the month, as well as Distance Learning Halloween. Finally, SRTA was able to hold elections for officers, and I am now officially the SRTA president for the 2020-2021 school year. Heather Varela is our new vice president. As always, we appreciate the positive, open conversations we are able to have with our administration at all levels. Thank you, school board members, for all you do for our community. Kate Stover, SRTA president, 5th grade, La Jolla Elementary School, Salinas, California. Okay, I don't have a letter from CSEA at this point, if we receive one later in the meeting, it will be read. So we're going to go on to 4.3, Gavilan View Middle School.
Good evening, everybody, and I hope everybody's been safe and having a great week, and we want to thank you for today. With that being said, we kind of made a presentation for you, and with that presentation, I hope it summarizes in a sort of way some of the things that are going on at GV. And with that, I'm working with Ms. Jensen. We're going to present that, and then we can do some questions and answers afterwards if you'd like. So thank you for having me.
Dang, I showed the wire. I forgot I was holding the wire. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is hard. Good day, ladies and gentlemen.
I think she has to unmute it on her end.
In the beautiful you're watching Channel 5 Gallery News. Which is we're going to be introducing the 6th graders, the 7th graders.
Hold on. Let me unmute myself here.
Well, we'll say take two.
Okay, take two. Here we go.
She has that mute red button on the bottom left
Dang, I
of her
showed the
screen.
wire. I forgot I was holding the wire. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is hard.
No?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is news reporter Alejandro Salas.
It was working earlier.
Try this. It was working earlier.
Okay.
We go try it.
How about take three? Sorry about that.
Is here in the beautiful home of Gavilan View Hawks. You're watching Channel 5 Gavilan View News, where today we're going to be introducing the 6th graders, the 7th graders, the 8th graders, all of Gavilan View. So we're going to move on to the 6th grade family.
My name is Trish Grabum. I'm good friends with Dr. Discovery too, and we're both new here at GB. I love Gavilan View Middle School, and especially being part of the 6th grade team.
It's showing, go look at my screen. It's showing this muted.
It's not muted though.
Team. It's just so amazing how motivated we are to overcome any challenges with online learning this year.
Can you guys hear it?
Engaged. So we're using things like
It's very
Kahoot,
good.
which is a really
Yeah.
fun gaming
Is the
platform
host
for
of the
kids
Google
to
Meet
get
on
quizzed
their
certain subjects.
control panel?
We're
Did they
using
mute
iReady
that
to
person?
differentiate amongst groups. And we're using Google as a major platform for communication and activities. It's been going.
Sorry, Donna. Let me figure this out. It worked earlier when we tested it out, so.
Well, for all of us that are teaching remotely, this is every single day. So we feel you.
Okay. I'm going to try sharing one more time here.
While she's working on it, I will let you know we are doing a virtual turkey trot this year. We don't know that we'll get 350 turkeys, but we're going to do as well as we can. So we don't know if we'll use the whole kitchen, Chuck.
Okay. How about now?
Really well, and for science, we're doing at-home
Yes,
labs. They're
good.
building towers. They're building cell models. It's been.
Let me pull it back here so we can hear it all. There we go.
Dang, I showed the wire. I forgot I was holding the wire. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is hard. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is news reporter Alejandro Salas here in the beautiful home of Gavilan View Hawks. You're watching Channel 5 Gavilan View News, where today we're going to be introducing the 6th graders, the 7th graders, the 8th graders, all of Gavilan View. So we're going to move on to the 6th grade family.
My name is Trish Grabum. I'm good friends with Dr. Discovery too, and we're both new here at GB. I love Gavilan View Middle School, and especially being part of the 6th grade team. It's just so amazing how motivated we are to overcome any challenges with online learning this year and keeping the kids engaged. So we're using things like Kahoot, which is a really fun gaming platform for the kids to get quizzed on certain subjects. We're using iReady to differentiate amongst groups. And we're using Google as a major platform for communication and activities. It's been going really well. And for science, we're doing at-home labs and they're building towers, they're building cell models. It's been really awesome. So we're just looking forward to the rest of the year. And GB, we got this. SRUSD, we got this.
Thank you, Miss Graven. You sound like an amazing 6th grade teacher. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to the 7th grade family.
Hi everyone, I'm Roxanne. I teach 7th grade world history. We're really excited, the 7th grade family. The kids are reading Hunger Games right now and they're really excited about it. They're having great class discussions on Flipgrid. They're doing atomic model projects. They just finished those this past week. They're really excited about those, and we're doing cool things in math. They're applying their math with projects and real world application. And in history, we're doing lots of projects and all that fun stuff, learning our geography and learning about medieval history. We use vocabulary every single day, and we really appreciate all of the support from the district has given us with all the apps we're using and all the supplies we're able to give for our kids. So we're just having lots of fun in 7th grade, and we really appreciate, and the kids are enjoying everything we've been doing.
Miss Glow, you sound like an amazing 7th grade teacher. All right, we are moving on to 8th grade family, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you there.
Hi there, my name is Mr. Torres, and I'm part of the 8th grade department here at Gavilan View Middle School. With science, we have Ms. Garrettson, who is right now at the moment talking about natural selection. She also has her fun interactive labs that she does with video instruction on how to conduct the labs safely and properly at home. Okay. With ELA, we also have Mr. Holsworth, who's currently getting into horror stories. With the month of October and Halloween around the corner, he's getting into horror stories with our students and making sure that their writing is improving and learning new concepts of writing to make them much stronger writers by the end of the year. And with math, we also have Mr. Sino, who's taking the lead there. And, you know, right now we're currently learning about translations, reflections, vectors. And with social studies, I currently teach 8th grade social studies. And right now we're in the American Revolution. We're about to get into the Declaration of Independence, talk about, you know, the aftermath of the revolution, talk about Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, and, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get into Hamilton and do that with the distance learning approach. So that way they're not missing out on Hamilton and the activities we have in store for them there. All right, we also have art with Miss Rosas, who's teaching all of our students about, you know, value, about depth, about layering, and all these other art concepts that the students are putting together in beautiful art pieces that she's showing constantly in her Google Classroom. We also have Miss Galen, who's going over instruments, talking about the concepts of music, the different genres of music, from folk music to hip hop and everything in between. She's covering it all and is making it very fun and interactive for students to learn how they can make that connection with music from whatever genre that they're listening to, and seeing the influences that come from other music genres in the past. All right, and then we also have Mr. Flores, who's making these Flipgrid fun interactive videos where they can still do their workouts, still be active at home, and still learning how to eat, live a healthier lifestyle, and get that exercise in. All right, so we have a lot of things going on. I'd like to say just thank you, and on behalf of the 8th grade department, thank you for all the help the Santa Rita School District has been offering, giving us access to multiple apps, and all the programs and all the training that's being provided. We greatly appreciate it. You know, with all of our teachers, we're trying to make the communication as fluid as possible. The best way to reach all of us, and we've, you know, shared this with our students and parents, is, you know, through emails, through phone calls. Emails, we've always been trying to make it fluid for students to be able to talk to us. You know, if they want to have those private conversations, ask for assistance, creating after-school programs as well to further assist them in their writing and their math, whatever it might be. So we'd like to say just thank you for giving us that opportunity to create more extended programs and more opportunities for us to be able to, collaborate not only with our colleagues, but also with the students and be able to keep that communication flowing very smoothly.
As a current 8th grader, Mr. Torres, I gotta say, well played. That 8th grade's gonna be a fun year. Now we're gonna move on to the outstanding, incredible, out of this world, GB only, Dr. Discovery.
How's it going, boss mans and boss ladies? If I knew it was going to be in front of some important people, I would have combed my lettuce just for a second. But anyway, I just want to say, what's up? I'm Dr. Discovery. It's nice to be at GV Mill. I'm so stoked to work with Miss Graham and their righteous team here. Thanks, Miss K, for having me. It's so awesome here at GV. I mean, look at all this wild stuff around. And that's when you'll catch me on Wild Wednesdays. I pop in from time to time to teach these little groms about our environment and all the wildness about the Monterey Bay. I get such good vibes here at SRUSD. Pretty sure that stands for Super Rad Union of Stoked Dudes and Dudettes. So, thanks for having me here at GV. I can't wait for the rest of the year. Cowabunga! Tune in to Wild Wednesdays.
Radical Dr. Discovery every Wednesday. Gonna be wild. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got a message from the local news station. It looks like we got a new vice principal in town, working with Miss Coronel. Mr. Ramirez, bring it on.
Hello, Santa Rita family. This is Mr. Ramirez.
This is Miss Coronel.
And we are here to talk to you about some wonderful things we're doing at Gavel and View.
So first of all, I want to talk to you guys about Cafecitos. So Cafecitos are a series of workshops that we put together here at the district and at Gavel and View to help parents and give parents resources. I also want to talk to you guys about counseling services. We have group counseling, individual counseling, and this year we're doing it online. We have those services available and we have the referrals available online for you.
And we are also doing home visits. We are trying to make sure that during this trying times, our students have the support and all the supplies and everything they need to be successful in school. They really appreciate it and parents really appreciate it. Thank you.
Man, Mr. Ramirez and Miss Coronel, what an outstanding dynamic duo. Now, for all of you great students of the week, Miss Johnson has an incentive for you guys.
Hey, Miss Johnson here. Hey, I'm just calling to talk to you about, hey, we have the Golden Wing Award for students who are doing an awesome job at distance learning. We will deliver a fresh, steaming hot lunch pizza to you at lunchtime and show that we are acknowledging you guys doing really well. Keep up the hard work. Sometime you might have someone knocking on your door looking for a pizza, saying, hey, you won the Golden Wing Award. So keep up the good work.
Miss Johnson, pizza sounds really good about right now. Can I get one delivered to my house? Well, anyways, we're going to talk about the new extended day programs with Mr. Flores.
Hello, everybody. Mr. Flores here, over at Gavel and View, teacher and athletic director. This fall for the distance learning program, I've shifted a little bit of my after-school focus to the extended day programs that we've launched at Gavel and View the last couple weeks. So we have over 300 students that are participating in the extended day program. We've got a range of things, starting with our traditional kind of homework centers, tutoring, math and math and ELA interventions, making sure that we bridge those gaps for some of the time we lost out there in the spring. But we also have some of the teachers putting a little bit of a twist on those. So math, we have a math club where they teach math concepts through games, board games, checkers, chess, tic-tac-toe, some statistics, and learning math that way. Also on the other side of things, not just interventions, but we do have some enrichment activities. So some of the enrichments that we are offering the students, we have various book clubs. I think we have 3 different book clubs going on right now after school. We have the Harry Potter Club. We have yearbook for the students. We have an extended art program, art exploration, that's got a lot of popularity with Miss Rosas. And also Miss Gayling has a ton of music programs. I think the feature one is the bucket drumming class for some of our incoming 6th graders. They've been doing a good job with that stuff. And then lastly, a new thing for Gavel and View that I've been proud to launch this fall is our STEM accredited esports program. Okay, this is the first time that, as far as I know, middle school in the area has esports. So what is esports? Again, it's competitions, video game competitions where they play against other schools across the country. They meet 2 times a week and have these online tournaments, while again, receiving some of the STEM lessons and content from Mr. Torres in the esports program. So I look forward to all the possibilities we have with this extended day program. And I'm excited to see the growth we see in the kids through all the supports that we're providing them and the programs we're providing.
Mr. Flores, those programs sound like fun. I know I'm gonna join the gaming one. Well, anyways, let's hear from our childcare staff.
Hi guys, I'm Diana. I'm doing the childcare for GV. It's been great doing it. We're helping the children do their work for school. We can't wait for the pandemic to be over so we can get back to our regular scheduling. We do miss all the kids here at school. Thank you.
Hi everybody, it's Carmen, cafeteria at Gavilan View. I'm here at the school doing lunches so they can be distributed at Santa Rita School. And I'm also helping with the childcare. Having a little fun, but I miss you. Bye.
Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Velez, the health aide at Gavilan View Middle School, part of the Salinas area, the Santa Rita School District. I am on campus right now, helping out with childcare and doing all that crazy paperwork you guys know about. So if you're home and you have a health issue, please make sure that your parents get in contact with us for that crazy paperwork. Thank you. Bless you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all the wonderful things happening here at Gavilan View. My name is Alejandro Rosales. You're watching Channel 5 GV News. We're signing off. I'll see you guys next time. Hey, don't change the channel. If you need a mask for COVID-19 and you're in the Santa Rita School District, well then, you're in luck. Your principal will be giving you one of these bad boys for $0. I repeat, for free. If you're in the Santa Rita School District, your principal will be giving you one of these masks. Hey, yeah. So when do I get paid?
And that's GV. It's easier to summarize it that way. And Alejandro has been doing an amazing job in class with his flip grids and sending me little advertisements that he wanted to do a GV newscast. And I said, "You're hired." And I think he left with that pizza. No, he did a wonderful job. He's got a lot of skills and it was a lot of fun. And yes, parent permission to come on campus and participate, Mr. Ryan.
It was amazing. The GV presentations are always amazing, so I'm really impressed that you've managed to produce a virtual presentation that's as the same quality as the amazing in-person presentations I'm used to. Do any of the board members have questions or comments, Mr. Patel?
I think Elba had her hand up first.
Yeah, it's okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this video. I'm looking forward to those Wild Wednesdays. All of you, most of you, well, most of all the staff, they were thanking us and thanking the district. But you know what? The thank you needs to go to you guys because you guys did an awesome job with this video. I'm totally impressed. And the esports, everybody from Miss Johnson to Mr. Flores. I think there's 2 Mr. Flores, is that right? Or is it 1 Mr. Flores?
There's a Mr. Torres, Mr. Flores, Ms.
Yeah. I'm just really happy to see that everything is going so good. And what can I say? You guys knocked it out of the park. Great job. Great job.
The vision came from Alejandro actually, but we did have the green screen, which helped. Any questions?
First of all, Don, I just want to say phenomenal presentation like everybody else. But I was really grateful to hear certain terms that I was hearing, especially with technology, Kahoot, and the various other softwares that you guys are using to implement during distance learning. I think the more proficiency that our staff has at all sites, but with your presentation, I'm hearing the things I want to hear to give me confidence that, we're doing as much as we can. The other thing I heard was extended learning. I'm hearing a lot of issues regarding grading and students not attending, so the idea of offering these additional resources and additional to make up work or to finish work or to help them out. So, we get that output out of the students in order for them to learn, So I'm hearing the right thing. And the other thing was I appreciate the fact that you put staff on your video presentation. It's always good to hear from staff, especially teachers, but you went over and abroad, you went with all the staff, with classified, you went with teachers. So with your, your AD out there, athletic director, I think I got a good perspective from different perspectives, but overall, once again, it was a great presentation, and please thank the staff at Gavilan View, and thank you for everything.
But thank you. I do want to say we put it together rather quickly, and I apologize to one of my teachers today, one that has been working as much as all of us since March 13th, delivering food and diapers, and she still hasn't stopped, and she's going out and helping wake kids up. And that's our ELD TOSA, Paula Ruiz, and she's still going and picking up boxes of food and asking if I have more diapers. And so she's been going above and beyond with our ELD program, and also working in the extended day program and checking in on kids on Saturdays. And so I want to make sure that she gets acknowledged. That was, I woke in the middle of the night going, I forgot that. And I was like, we didn't get to her. So I want to make sure she's acknowledged in all the work and hard work she's doing above and beyond for our kids, and also just during class time too.
Saldana, you had your hand up.
I just want to say that I'm overly impressed. That was an amazing presentation. What an awesome way to present all the happenings that are occurring at the school, and how the district is facilitating all the programs. And just being a teacher, I appreciate hearing that the teachers are getting the training in these applications that they can use for their teaching, to facilitate their long distance teaching, that the students are involved, engaged, and not only during the school day, but during after extended. It's so important right now that 300 students, that's just amazing to hear that many students are participating in that kind of program. And I know it takes effort on your part, but also the district to facilitate those things. And again, I'm kind of having a little bit of a bittersweet kind of thing, because I know I'm not going to be coming back as a board member, but I almost want to come back as an employee to the district.
Now you can. Now you can.
No conflict of interest. No, I really am impressed, because we are having our own experience as teachers, and just hearing how the district facilitates so many things, not just for the teachers, but for the staff, for the families, for the students. That's just amazing. And I want to say thank you to you, the students, and of course, the administrators that are making it and allowing it to happen, and planning for it, and creating it and following through with it. So thank you.
Thank you. It's if it wasn't, you just take the vision, Melissa and Victor and Nadine and Becky and everybody, and all of a sudden they have an idea, and it's like, okay, where are we going? And all right, your idea, okay, now I'm going to expand on it. And then if I hand it to my staff, sometimes I'm like, slow down. But no, they're amazing. And with all the support of everybody, I appreciate it, from food services on up, and being able to bounce ideas off of people, and making sure that all all the teachers have the supports that they need. And then just home visits, we're going to home visits like crazy. I know the principals are as well. And that's extremely important, and making sure that we don't want to lose any more kids. And the extended day program is a passion of mine, and I'm glad that we were able to get the funds to support that. So thank you.
Mr. Sandoval?
I just keep on short. I want to say it's a great presentation. I think for me, it was amazing to hear all the teamwork effort that's being made, and then also the adjustments that are being made in the unprecedented times we're living in, as far as the distance learning and how the staff and stuff is doing an amazing job. So it's great to hear about the home visits as well. So that way it's not just the teachers doing the distance, but also checking in on the families and the parents and the students as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much. We're gonna go on to the superintendent's cabinet, and first up is nutritional services.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I just have to comment real quick on the presentation. Also, it was nice to see Carmen and the food service staff being acknowledged in there. They've done a great job taking care of the child care program, as well as supporting Santa Rita Elementary with their meals. So thank you, Don. For our department, just a quick little update on the meal delivery service. We started that last Monday, the 5th. We're up to almost 300 meals a day, so it is increasing. We may have to address a few sites that have very little participation. I'm not sure what's going on there. So we may just move some just to try to get more participation if the counts don't increase. We're not going to make any changes yet. A story today from one of our staff that was out delivering actually had somebody approach them, and a parent, and profusely thank them for doing the delivery service. Her husband works. She can't walk to the school, it's too far. So that specific site that we were delivering to, she was very thankful to see that out there. And it really kind of put in perspective with a staff member that, you know, what they're doing is important and is working. Moving on, we are up for a audit in the child and adult care food program, and that is the after school program and the preschool. It may be a very short audit because those programs are not running right now. So I'm just kind of waiting on more information on that. As I get it, I'll pass it on. And then lastly, we've had our first health inspections for the school year. Interestingly enough, they're doing it online, so they're doing virtual. So this device I'm on now, I carry it around to the schools, walk around, show them, you know, everything that's going on. And it's a very interesting way to do it, but it seems to be working. We don't have any violations. We've done 4 of them so far, and we have more scheduled for this Friday. And that is it. Yeah, basically like that, Mr. Patel. Basically, yeah. So with that said, any questions, comments?
Thank you. I was going to comment. I know you mentioned there were some sites that you were getting as, I guess, as much traffic. Which are the sites that you're kind of seeing that?
It kind of fluctuates. There was one today that typically is a higher traffic site, but I think they had one person come today. And it's the corner of Lamar Street and is it Castro, I believe. And there's 3 apartment complexes there, so I was surprised to hear that there was only one person that came today. Could have been an off day, so that's why I don't want to make any changes yet. But that was the one that stood out today for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Chuck, I just, once again, you know, when it comes to food and providing sustenance to our students, you know, in our community, who else do we turn to? You know, Chuck, you have done a fantastic job. In those areas where distribution is going out through their bus routes, can we maybe do some additional advertisement out there, maybe, you know, to get more people knowledgeable about the fact that we are going to be there, you know, consistently as far as we can, and to provide that food? I mean, just a little bit more outreach if possible. Overall, I would just say, you know, commendable. I think for every one person that said those words today regarding the impact it's making, I can guarantee you there are hundreds out there that would, you know, like to say the same word, you know. Well, for me, one spoke for hundreds, if not thousands, you know. So thank you for that comment, you know.
Thank you so much. And Chuck, please pass on our thanks to all of your staff. Their flexibility has been incredible through all this, their commitment. So we really appreciate it.
I absolutely will. Thank you.
Going on to maintenance and operations and transportation.
Well, good evening to everybody. As I mentioned in my Friday letter, I just kind of jotted a couple of things that the maintenance operations transportation is doing, is that we're utilizing the Williams facility inspection tool, and we're applying it to every one of the sites. This is kind of a high quality tool that identifies a lot of the discrepancies that we have and high priority needs. And with that, we were able to find some items that need to be addressed. And fortunately that we're doing a 5-year plan, they were added to that. So I will kind of present a little bit more detail what we're doing with that 5-year plan. Other than that, we're still working on our SFNA, which we're waiting for response from the city on the development that's going to be happening. So we really want to get like true counts. I'm really glad that we have Kat and Kevin working for us, because they're really kind of going far and beyond on the information that they're going to be providing us with the new SFNA. The other thing is we're also looking at redoing the MOU with Bobby Sox, and Tim will be talking about that a little bit more detail. Other than that, that's pretty much what I have.
Any questions or comments? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go on to the Chief Business Officer.
Good evening. So the business department is working on what we usually do, processing payroll and making payments and things like that. We also finalizing the project that we had with Amazon. As you remember, I was talking about this during the last meetings. We were on the testing mode where we were testing to make sure that everything was working properly. And we are in the final stage now. Actually, today I sent out an email to all the teachers that were selected by their principals to have access to Amazon. And it's very simple login. They're going to have the same user ID and password as they do with Clever. So it's just going to be a link and a click on the link for them to be able to log in. The teachers are going to be able to add items to the cart in Amazon, and then they're going to be able to submit for approval. So they don't have the power to purchase the items, but they have the power to add items on their cart and submit it for approval to the secretaries. Then the secretaries will review their cart and select the account number and the budget, of course, and then they would link that with our accounting system, and then they would go through the regular approvals with the principals and the budgeting approval and my approval as well. So I'm really excited about that. Like I said, this is pretty much the final step. All the sites are working good right now. We have some hiccups on the way, but we were able to fix those. So the last step was for us to provide this access to the teachers that were selected to have access to Amazon. Just as a reminder, it's a free account, a free business account for a district. We don't have to pay membership or anything like that. We get better pricing because we are a government agency and we are a business, and it's free shipping, and the prices most of the time are cheaper. And it takes less days for us to get the products like supplies for our students or supplies for our staff or our teachers. So I'm really excited that we're just becoming more efficient in that way, because before with the other companies it would take up to 15 days or more. So we're getting more efficient, we're getting things faster. So it's really exciting. We're also working with Monterey County Office of Ed on the final steps, kind of like behind the scenes when we close the books and making sure that everything rolls over to a new year. So that's kind of like behind the scenes that we're doing in our accounting side. We also I also reached out to Monterey County Office of Ed to get more information in regards to the trends, the loans for the district. So I started getting information about that. We're still on time. So as you know, this is due to the cash deferrals that we have for this year, 2020, 2021, but also for the cash deferrals for the next following year as well. So I'm getting just information ready. It's just a lot of information. They have to check our credit score to be able to provide us a rate on the loans. And we have to do a lot of cash flow projections and things like that. So it's a lot of paperwork and things that we have to do behind the scenes to be able to apply for the loan. So I'm currently working on that as well. Yeah, I think that's what I have so far in regards to the business office. And please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Any question?
Yeah, first of all, I want to commend the fact that we're adding efficiency and technology towards the most dreaded thing that teachers hate to do, and that is to print out a purchase order. You know, I remember it was horrendous. It would take time. You have to have approvals. You have to use required vendors. The choices were ridiculous. The prices were sky high, and the time frame was like, you order today, you might get 3 months from now. So the idea of doing what you're doing, you know, in terms of freeing up our staff to find the best products at the cheapest price and still have the approval process where, you know, somebody is looking at what's going on before it is actually purchased. And so I just think efficiency, service-wise, choice-wise, price-wise, I think this was a no-brainer, except it did take brains to put it in place. So thank you for that, you know. The other issue I have is with our credit rating. My understanding is that because of our positive status regarding various statistics or data with our budget, that we stand to have a better rate, if you will, than other school districts in terms of their credit rating based on their projected income, if you will, projected enrollment, you know, reserve rates, etc. So I just want to make sure that we are getting a preferred rate because of our standing.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Patel. And I'm going to try my best to do that and to provide as much as information that I can for us to get the best rate and the best outcome. And in regards to the Amazon project, like, yes, you are totally right. It would take forever. And these other companies that only work with school districts will really take advantage that we didn't have any other vendors. So the prices were crazy. Yes. So I'm all about efficiency. And that's why I'm so excited about this project. The best thing of all this is that this is totally free for our district, not even a penny. So that's why I'm so excited. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, thank you so much. So going on to student services.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. Good evening, everyone. Nice to see you. You know, there was a time in my career where POs were done in triplicate, and I kept the bottom copy, right? Dropped off one to business and, you know, one to whomever was going to place the order. So it's great to streamline the process for industry. I don't have any earth-shattering updates from the Friday letter, and I can certainly answer any questions you may have had from Friday letter's communication. I do want to say I loved Gavilan View's presentation, and it makes me want to go live in the Hawk's Nest forever and not leave it. And it's always so fun. And I miss being able to just take my mental health break on a busy week and walk to Gavilan View and over the preschool and see the students. And I'm excited when they can come back, if we can ever get them back. And it's a great presentation. It was so fun. That little guy did a great job. I am awaiting a notification for the October board updates. They should be coming through. If I don't get them by the end of the week, I'll pop into the website and see what CSBA has going on for October and what kind of board updates and policy updates we will bring in November for approval. I also wanted to mention that one of our occupational therapists, Lucretia Wilkerson, was nominated for Caregiver of the Year at some point. Now she comes to us through a consulting company. She's a traveling therapist who has stayed longer than most traveling therapists. but we'd like to work for Santa Rita, right? One of our board members expressed that tonight. So it's not easy to get rid of our traveling therapist. She's amazing. She was nominated for Caregiver of the Year at the local level, was then advanced from local district level to state level, and was awarded, and then moved on to nationals. So in the entire nation, she is one of 4 individual occupational therapists that will be up for Caregiver of the Year. It's a pretty amazing spot to be in. Maxim Healthcare serves across the nation to multiple school districts. So we're thrilled that she is nominated for this, and she is certainly a gift to our district. And I think we could all say that we have learned so much from Cree Wilkerson in what school-based occupational therapy represents, what it should do, and how it should help kids. So I believe we will hear the results on December 1st on how she fares in the nationals. So I'll be sure to update the board when that comes along. So that's all I have for this evening. And I'm happy to take any questions that you have about any part of my department.
Questions? No, but thank you, and please pass on our congratulations and appreciation to her. That's amazing. So going on to human resources.
Thank you. Just a couple of updates. I've been talking to you on and off probably for the last year about our credentials assignment monitoring. The CalSAS system is the new CTC and CDE system that the assignment monitoring is going through. It was supposed to be open for the 1920 year in the spring, but it was delayed. So we're currently working on the monitoring for our 1920 school year credentials audit. And we'll be doing that probably up through the end of this calendar year. And then when we come back after hopefully a break, then we'll be working on our 2021 credentials assignment monitoring. Both of our middle school principals, where we really have to watch the credentials and assignments more carefully than elementary, have been working with us. So we've identified anything that could potentially be an issue for this year and made plans to rectify that. So I think we're in great shape. I'm very pleased about that. We also have open enrollment for our healthcare coming up, MCSIG. That'll be taking place in November, and we have been notified of rate increases of approximately 8%, as well as some changes in the plans that will be offered. So I'm working closely with my HR team and our business department with Rosa and her team to make sure that we have a good plan for communicating that with all of our employees so that they can make decisions for themselves and their families with their healthcare options. And then lastly, I would like to introduce to you our new principal who will be here temporarily for Santa Rita Elementary School to cover Mr. Hermosillo's leave of absence, and that is Dr. Denise Estrella. We were very fortunate that she was coming off of a grant-funded position at the time that we were looking, and she comes with a great deal of administrative experience. So I'd like to have her take a couple of minutes to introduce herself to you.
Hello, everybody. I see some familiar faces. Hi, Neil. Neil and I used to teach together. So many of you, so nice to see you. I'm Denise. I've finished my 5th day. I'm having a great time. I feel like Santa Rita Elementary is such a wonderful school community. I've been embraced by the staff, so friendly. I've been embraced by the office staff. I'm learning names, which is not so easy when everybody has a mask. I've had a few student encounters so far. We had some pep talks already about responsibilities. I now have a favorite 5th grader. Coming into the school district, I stepped away for a year to work for WestEd, which is a nonprofit research organization. In my opinion, they do some excellent work. I've been working on a project that had to do with the next generation science standards and implementing them at kindergarten through 8th grade. Now, I was a high school science and PE teacher, and we all understand that there's been a focus on literacy and math. for so long. And we all would love to have our students do more science. I know a lot of elementary teachers are doing as much science as they can, but I really, truly believe with a passion that if all we did is teach science, our kids would get literacy and they would get math skills. That's kind of a radical approach, but I had the great pleasure of working with 8 early implementer schools around California, and I saw some really amazing stuff. After 2 years of working with them, I really realized that I really wanted to be at an elementary school where I could start to implement some of the things that I've needed. Now, I'm excited to be in a school district that's already adopted some science curriculum. I'm really familiar with them. And my other passion is really around family and parent engagement. I have quite a broad background. I've done a very little bit of a lot of things, but one of them was directing an adult school that included literacy, family literacy, and adult basic education. So here we are in a pandemic. We're relying on our parents more than ever to be our partners. So we're going to do some family literacy nights and some family science nights. So I tell the staff, I'm here to help, I'm here to support, and I'm also here to have fun. These are the things that I enjoy. So I may be inviting you if you'd like to join us. And I've already tapped at least one of you to come and be a special guest star at our family reading night. Read a book, do some crafts with kids. We're going to have a great time. And that's just my way of coming in and doing something that's a passion project of mine. And so far, Santa Rita is one of those sites where people will go above and beyond. And I know teachers have so much on their plates, but whenever they want to do a little extra, I'm here to play. And so far I've got some takers. So some exciting projects going on, and I'm having a great time. So thank you very much for having me. I'm excited for the opportunity, and thanks for having me here tonight.
Thank you. Any board questions, comments? Mr. Jacob Sandoval?
I just want to say welcome and exciting to have you on board, and it's great. Just the little stuff you've done in the last couple of days is super exciting. And I'm always here as a resource for any way I can help out.
Thank you.
Mr. Patel?
Well, first of all, I want to start with Miss Becky Moore here. Last time we spoke, I asked for a superstar. We need a major superstar to come and take this superhero role at Santa Rita, and you delivered. So I just want to say, great job on that part. And Denise, what can I say? It's good to see familiar eyes again.
It's been 2 decades. 2 decades. Hi.
I just have 2 things to say, and 3 things. Number one, I'm so happy that you're joining our family here at Santa Rita. Your passion, from my earliest memory, was you having a women's in science club, if I remember correctly. Long before others were doing it, you were doing it with the ladies and for pushing for science and make it a great equalizer. So I'm looking forward to your ideas and see what's going on, and hopefully some of those get implemented, and hopefully we can have great results. And last but not least, I just want to let you know that Santa Rita is the heart and soul of our district. This elementary school started it all. And yet, we modernized it, it's there, but it's still in a challenging socioeconomic situation because of the local, student population base and community. So you're going to have challenges, but I'm very happy that, you're going to be aboard this ship and guiding it through this storm that we're having known as Corona. And hopefully, we can emerge out of it much stronger. And hopefully, you can continue, with our district for many years to come, But, once again, I just want to say thank you for joining us, and good luck and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you. Did everybody just hear Neil say he wants to read a story at family night? I just got another volunteer, didn't I?
Yeah, I definitely heard that. Any other questions or comments?
I just want to say I'm excited to hear somebody so excited about STEM, because I also psychology, biology, here. So, and, pushing it to our students, our population. We need more scientists. We need more of that in our education. So love it. Thank you.
Mr. Ayano, were you saying something?
Yeah, I just want to welcome aboard, or Denise, welcome aboard, and the Santa Rita School is the staff, the parents, and the kids are very fortunate to have you. And anything you need, just call us or the district office, and we're here to help you and to work alongside you with you. So, and if you need me to read, I'm happy to.
And I think I just got a science night volunteer as well. So that's free. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you so much. And thank you for the welcome.
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted to have you. And I live next door and I'm working from home in the afternoon. So at some point, if you need to come over and have coffee or take a walk down the street, just let me know.
I like coffee very much. Thank you. I'll be over.
At any time. Okay. Ms. Moore, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go on to educational services.
Good evening, everyone. It has been a fairly busy week and it's just Wednesday, so it's that kind of week. The academic coaches are working to wrap up our initial LPAC testing, which is all being facilitated online. And, after we got through the first couple, the process, sort of working the kinks out now. And they're also looking into different professional development options and things that they want to have available to teachers as part of our menu, working with Nicole Jensen to get some more dynamic optional professional development sessions, sort of built around individual needs that they've identified at the site. So it's pretty exciting. And our district tech TOSA has also been running some optional PLC meetings where she'll have a different focus for groups of teachers who might be interested in doing that. So while the virtual world isn't necessarily the easiest thing to navigate, in the sense of providing some professional development avenues for a wide group of people, it's pretty beneficial. So we're doing pretty good with it.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, I don't see any other than keep up the good work. We really appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to go on to board. Ms. Ariano?
I have none at this time. Thank you.
Ms. Targi Saldana?
No, but I did want to say that I have been participating in the workshops offered by MCOE on the trainings for ethnic, I can't think of the name right now, but so I have been invited. I'll extend the flyer to, they have it on the weekend of the 26th October. I think you guys are getting the flyers on the email too. I'm not sure, but I can forward it too. And I just got to say they are tremendously helpful and just very opening as far as opening our eyes to equity and what have you. So.
Thank you. Mr. Patel?
There you go. First of all, I just want to thank everyone, for what we're doing for distant learning. I think it's a growing learning experience, and I think each department, we're going through different issues and we're working them out. So from maintenance to student services, all the way to CBO, and it's just thank you, and especially to the teachers and staff, But I have been talking to a lot of parents, and there's a lot of information in the news talking about schools opening up, students going back to class, and and I'm giving the same answer, and that is, you have to go and look at the data, look at the Monterey County Health Department, look at the waivers that were granted and for what situation. And, you know, it's one of those things where I don't think our district is in any position to override all the other districts, you know, in terms of what they're doing. I think our district is unique and we're gonna focus on safety and we're gonna look at the numbers. Tim Ryan earlier said that, you know, 2 of the zip codes that are highly affected and there's 93906 and 93905. And those are the highest in Monterey County. So there's no way I wanna put the risk of our students and our staff through anything until we have reassurances from the County Department of Health as well as the state health department. But Tim, I want to say thank you for that, you know, for informing me of what's going on with that. And hopefully, you know, when these press reports come out, that they're more specific, you know, and it doesn't give the public the wrong impression of what's happening. You know, it's only a few school districts, mostly private, you know, and for limited circumstances. So I just want to get that message out there to parents and reassure them. And safety is always going to be our primary concern. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jacob Sandoval?
No, nothing to report.
Okay. I don't have anything to report either at this time. So, Mr. Ryan?
Yes, and Neil, thank you. And that's a great segue for me to go ahead and address that. I'm watching the weekly updates through the state. Currently, Monterey County is still in the high tier for reopen. What you're seeing is, and you're right, there's a charter school and I think 2 or 3 private schools and charter schools for a total of 4, if I'm not mistaken, that have applied for a waiver and gotten the waiver. As far as I know, the only waivers that are being applied for so far have been in South County. I know San Lucas and San Ardo are applying, and I have not spoke to their superintendents in about 4 days. We were on a meet earlier last week. And so I don't know if they've been approved or not yet. Real quick, just a clarification, our zip code and the 05 zip code are the highest in Salinas, but currently the 2 highest in the county are now in Soledad and Greenfield, where there's, yes, so they're even higher than the Salinas, but for all summer and into the fall, you're right, the Salinas was over almost 55% of the total county counts, and we were the 2 zip codes that you mentioned were the biggest part of that. So it is something that, you know, there is a possibility that districts can apply for small cohorts in specific subgroups, but we haven't, you know, we're not there yet. And I'll keep the reports coming and we'll keep people informed as to where we're at. Right now, this past week, we did drop from 12 cases in our zip code to 7. But as a county, we went from 5% positivity rate to 5.4. And for new cases, we went from 10.7 to 11.2 per 100,000. So it was getting better and we're leveling off, but we're not seeing that drop down below those numbers yet where it'll open up for some kind of serious conversation about reopen. And we're just not there yet. We're ending in October, which is usually the second highest month for flu, you know, because it's when people start going back inside and start, you know, congregating. We're going to have a lot of holidays coming up, so we'll probably see some more then as well. So we're going to just keep monitoring it and let the numbers talk for themselves. But that conversation is going to be ongoing. I know Ms. Alderman has got a report she's going to do tonight, just so we let you know that we are preparing, even though it's not on the near horizon. We're making sure that we're taking care of everything and making sure that we're ready to go if and when that time comes. And really, that's all I have on the COVID front. A couple of things. First, I spoke with Donna Koenig late last week, and we had a great conversation, and she shared with me that there was a video, and she told me it was going to be fun. I said, sure, I'd like to see it beforehand. Well, she came and she showed it to Melissa, but she wanted me to be surprised. And Donna, I got to tell you, I was surprised, but I'm really not, if that makes any sense. It was really, you always clear the bar with room to spare. And it was such an innovative, engaging video with all the stakeholders that you got into that 13-minute video. And really some of the stuff you're doing. Some other things that she's doing that she didn't get a chance to talk about is her counseling outreach that she's doing with students and parents that her counselors are doing. And I want to make sure that she knows that that's really appreciated and it's a really important service that she's providing. And then, of course, I really want to take a moment to welcome Dr. Estrella to the team. I can't get over how we keep finding these jewels that are available to us right when we need them. I've known Denise for probably 6-7 years. Denise, she was at MCOE as the assessment coordinator and did a lot of work with her when I was superintendent of mission. And so when Becky called me and said, yeah, we've got this superstar, and I'm going, okay, settle down. And I go, who is it? And she told me, and I went, okay, yeah, you did. You found the superstar. So thanks for coming on board, and we're excited, and I will get by. And now that I know you like coffee, I got your back. So I'll be around. Okay. And really, that's all I have. The sites are running well. With everything we're going through, the departments are just being run so efficiently. And I can't tell you, when Donna talked about all the support she's getting from Melissa and Nadine and Becky and Chuck and Victor, that's true. That all happens every single day. It's just a part of the way that this district runs. And what's really great to see is how open the lines of communication are, that they're just so free flowing, and it's not a stress to just pick up the phone or to call or to text somebody and they get right back to them. So I'm really proud of the entire team. And then when you couple that with the staff like we have, the teachers, and then of course our support staff, it's just amazing to watch. And I know I keep saying that, but it's really true. I go to work every day and I just go, wow, that's happening here. And it just is, it's really a great feeling to be part of that. So I just want to thank everybody, thank the board, for all your support and just the insight that you provide me so I can continue to help support all the directors and principals. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any questions or comments before I continue? Okay, thanks so much. We had not received any public comment at this point. If something comes in before the end of the meeting, I'm happy to read it into the minutes, but we hadn't received any public comment emails this evening. So I'm going to move down to 6.1, approve an agreement for student data management service.
Yes, that's my item. This is for the current vacancy that we have for student data management. I'm excited and looking forward to have someone coming from outside of the district to help us do kind of like an internal audit for our student attendance information. This is going to be contract services to help out with the reporting that we still have to submit to the state, including our enrollment with CalPADS and including our P1, P2, and annual attendance. And like I mentioned before, I'm all about efficiency and productivity. So this person is also going to help us to train the new person that's going to come on board. And I'm looking forward to work closely with her. She has over 15 years of experience working with the attendance, and she has a lot of experience working with the district the same size as Santa Rita Union District. It took me a while to bring this to the board because it was really hard to find someone that knows the attendance. And as you know, every district uses different software. So just finding someone that was familiar with Aries, that was familiar with CalPADS, and that was familiar with the district or size we were very, very lucky to have her and accept to actually helping us here at the district. So I'm looking forward to work with her and see what recommendations she has for us. And we're finding a lot of new information that we were not aware of it before. So I'm just looking forward to see how we can be more productive and efficient, and looking forward for this position to be filled. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.
Any questions? Mr. Patel?
When I read the analysis and your background, the two words that really got to me were capacity and efficiency. When I look at our district, I think of revenues and expenses. And the revenue we get is based on ADA. So anything we can do to increase our ADA, the efficiency, having alternate programs to increase that, to generate higher per student amounts coming in, I'm all for it. So I'm looking forward to hopefully we get a really good person in there that can carry out those functions. So thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, can I have a motion?
I motion.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye, Captain.
Aye. Aye, passes 5-0. Excellent. Going on to 6.2.1, ratify the use of facilities agreement between the Salinas Salad Bowl Bobby Sox and the Santa Rita Union School District. Mr. Victor Sandoval.
I'll go ahead and take that, Sarah. Victor's been working on it, but he's been collaborating with them. We went ahead and put this on the agenda because we sent it out last week. They told us they were going to be talking to their attorney to let them look it over first. So I put it on in case they got back. But because of COVID and trying to get everybody to meet on it, they couldn't get back to us in time. So we'll just have you guys pull it for now, and then we'll re-put it on next time. But I just wanted, in case they did come back, I wanted to be able to get it voted because we've been working on it for about a year now. So I just want to make sure. And I know Elva, it's very important to her. She's got a soft spot in her heart for it. And I just want you to know we're working on it. We're going to get it done real soon. We're ready to go, and they'll be ready to go. It was just kind of they only had about a week from the time we actually got the final say on it till we got it to them. So we'll get it back on next time. So we just need to pull it.
Okay. So
Ms. Turner, I object. I was ready to play ball, and they came and took the ball away. I'm not accepting this. No.
Hey, Neil, we can still play. So we can still play. Don't worry about it.
Well, they're an exceptional organization, as we all know, and I'm grateful to partner with them because it's really an asset to Salinas. So we'll just continue it to the next meeting. 6.2.2, approve an updated 5-year deferred maintenance plan.
All right, let me give it a try here. Nicole kind of coached me earlier this week. We ran through it twice. I just hope that I don't have to really require her help, but here it goes. Let me see if I can get it on. Can everybody see that?
Not yet, but we have online, in live person assistance for you, Victor, if needed, so.
Awesome. Here we go. Hold on a second. We're trying this again. Cancel. Present now. Your entire screen. All right, now we open it. How about now?
Oh, you want me to share from my screen, Victor?
Nicole.
Victor, you just did exactly what my students hear every day from me. I'm just letting you know it's okay.
I can probably build a computer, but I just can't run it.
I'll tell the second graders, give me a thumbs up if you see the dog on the screen.
Nicole, please help me out.
Okay. Let me see if I can enlarge this for you.
So if you can go to the first tab and enlarge that.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I really apologize for this. I know I practiced. All right. So I'm going to run through it. On the first tab, the 2019-2020, it's been about a little over a year that I came to you on doing a reprioritization of the 5-year plan. And this is the identical one that I shared with you and you approved. And what I've done is all of the projects that were slated for 2019-2020 are highlighted in yellow. Those are the ones that are complete, except for the Gavilan View HVAC replacement.
Is there a way to enlarge it for the public? The public for
Nicole?
I'm working on it.
It is on the public agenda too, so if people want to look at it that way.
That's
Okay.
probably about the best I can do to get it on the whole screen. So, and it's not.
Do you want me to
showing-
continue then?
Yeah.
So if you could look at your agenda, so everything highlighted in yellow has been complete. And now we're focusing on the 2021. And as I mentioned earlier today, during our facilities inspection tools, where we're really micro inspecting every site, we identified some of the highlights are 3 items, which kind of equate to, keying of the whole entire school district, because believe it or not, if you see my key ring for every site, it weighs just a little under 5 pounds. And so throughout the years, we've never really created a master program for our keying system. And, for safety's sake, we want to rekey it. That way we could actually get into get in conformance with the Columbine locking mechanism. And I can explain that a little bit later. We've also identified HVAC units that need to be replaced. And of course, the bad word, we found some deficiencies on our Gavilan View fire alarm. So with that, I really want to go into the next expenditure from the first year, and the actual expenditures of what we spent last year are a total of $271,894. So that leaves us with, some funding, which Rosa has guaranteed me that we still have $1.2 million, which is a good thing. So if we can go to the slide under 2020 and 2021, and that is your second page. On the left-hand side, on the first column, on column A, you will see some gray items added to the master plan for 2020-21. And you can see that La Jolla is going to have seven HVAC replacements, the rekeying of the site. New Republic, of course, rekeying of the site. Gavilan View, rekeying of the site. And install of a fire alarm system in rooms 40 through 42. Now those systems have never been in place because I believe back a few years, these rooms were only being used for storage. Now they've been revamped for classrooms. Little Bear Creek, I had a line item of $275,000 for 2020-21. However, doing our investigation and with the help of the engineer, he came up with a very simplified solution to the sanitary sewer at Little Bear by installing water control valves. So I think this year we're going to try that solely because, one, it's going to save us some money and it's a simple solution to it as well. Santa Rita, the only thing that's added to that is the rekeying. And then McKinnon, we do have a new project, which is removal of decorative fence at Ruth Andresen. And this is kind of a combined effort between Monterey County Office of Education and Santa Rita. So what we're going to be doing is including Ruth Andresen into the envelope of the entire site for safety purposes. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be removing the decorative fence near and close to the Ruth Andresen building. We're going to save that fence and we're going to be able to utilize that to repair some of the fences that we have at New Republic, at McKinnon. So we'll be able to reuse that same fence. However, the Monterey County Office of Education is coming in with new fence and doing a new pattern that includes the Ruth Andresen onto the McKinnon site. Also, we're going to be doing some rekeying. Bolson Knolls, well, we've only added the rekeying. The district office, we're going to be doing the rekeying and the replacement of the 2 other units that are dilapidated. Last year, you allowed me to replace the pitch pocket roof, which was leaking. And of course, you know about the mitigation that we had to do to the entire building. along with a new replacement of an HVAC. So with that, I can go into the comparison side by side, but you can't see it because it's much smaller. So if you have any questions, this would be probably the time, that I could actually clarify something.
Mr. Patel?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I want to thank you for the 5-year plan. It really gives us good information on budgeting and as far as what the expenses are, so we're not caught off guard. The one thing I did appreciate was that in the year, let me scroll down here, sorry. In the year 2022, 2023, I noticed most of the items were off, were not put in that year. My understanding is that is the year where we will get true financial numbers from the state compared to our pension, compared to our budgeting. So I'm glad that we left a little open zone there. If that was the purpose, I'm not sure. The other issue I have is when I look at the last year, I see a lot of items under roofing and for king of the doors, if you will. Regarding the roofing, I'm hoping that we can think outside of the box a little bit since we have so much roofing work to do across our district, that maybe we can reach out and maybe get better price estimates, deals, or whatever it may be. So, I know it's an offshoot, I know it's in the distance, but those line items are pretty high. So whatever we can do to maybe, contract out or subcontract out, maybe have preferred vendors, whatever it is, to try to get a better pricing on that, if you will, once we do get to it, but the rekeying for me is essential. That is a safety issue. And so the sooner we get that done, the better. So I'm glad that is one of your focuses, on there. But that's it for me. But thank you for your presentation.
All right, so I think my answer to two of those questions is if you look at the first year, we bought ourselves some time. So if you look at the 2019, 2020, remember we actually looked outside of the box and we bought ourselves some time for year 5 of the roof replacement. Now, there is different delivery methods that we could actually do, like multi-priming and going with a CMAS project, which actually lowers our pricing. It's a pre-negotiated contract with the state of California. So we can look at different venues of how we deliver that project. In addition to that, right now, we do have an RFP for architectural services out on the street right now, and I'm hoping to bring it to you on the next board meeting for approval. And that will trigger us being able to use the architectural firm that of choice or approval to come up with a master plan for each site, identifying everything that is long-term, repairs for longevity and stuff like that. So most of our roofs are, or have met their longevity. And so we need to start looking at how we do that. And so in turn with that master plan, we are also working with our new consultant, which is school facilities consultants, on possible monies that we can get for modernization through the state and or I don't know if Tim has mentioned also, the bond program for either Gavilan View for expansion of the West Area Specific Plan and of course La Jolla. So with that, it's kind of like a big umbrella that kind of addresses a lot of this, but having a list that we're working at and we bought some time, I think it gives us enough time to be able to mitigate some of the smaller items that we can afford right at this moment. But then, of course, looking at the big picture when we go out for a bond or we go after participation from the state for modernization monies.
So my follow-up question is, I need a reassurance in terms of, roofing to me is a big deal. And are we at the end of the end life where any major item, any major storm could, make a very unfortunate situation? Or are we in a situation where we're extending the lifespan? There are no critical major needs right now. And whatever does occur, we can patch it up until we work on the entire roof. I just want to feel that level that we're addressing anything critical now that we need to, rather than just pushing it off,
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And of course, that also, we need to do an assessment every year just to see where the roofs are going. And, they could outlast, maybe 7 years or 10 years from now. So constant care and cleaning the roofs. I mean, my maintenance crew now has been involved in a lot of the preventative maintenance that wasn't happening before. For example, gutters, we're always cleaning. We're cleaning gutters actually 3 times a year, solely because of the silt buildup that we have in every one of our, gutter systems and our roofs. So I think preventative maintenance is also another cure for longevity and getting us some more years on our facilities.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nicole, can you take us out of the presentation mode? Thank you. I appreciate it. I like to see everybody's smiling face. Are there any other questions or comments? Jacob Sandoval?
I was going to say, thank you, Victor, for the presentation. And I know for many years, trying to understand it, a lot of stuff was neglected. That led to a lot of the creations. So thank you for kind of jump on that and figuring everything out for the building. Thank you.
Thank you.
Real quick, Sarah, I just want to kind of dovetail off of what Victor's talking about. This plan that he's given tonight is simply a deferred maintenance plan. It's just simply to address those areas of maintenance that will increase the longevity of our facilities, roofs, gutters, those types of things. What we'll be engaging school facilities consultants and architects on is a larger master facilities plan, which will include upgrades to our existing facilities as well as the West area specific plan, because we've got the funding for both the site and the planning for the S. Brana site. So we're going to begin that process as well. And hopefully by early next year, maybe February, March, we'll be able to present a complete master plan that'll go in stages. It'll be, a 3-year, a 6-year, a 10-year, and how that would phase in. And as we get more information on the development, we'll be able to provide that. But we also have serious upgrades to both La Jolla and Gavilan View that we've talked about for a long time. Gavilan View, the kitchen situation, the food services over there. And La Jolla is simply our second oldest school. Neil mentioned earlier that Santa Rita is the original and La Jolla is the second, and it's not been addressed. And it is a school site that's still on septic. It's a school site that has electricity input that's from the 1960s, 1970s that needs to be upgraded. So we're going to bring that all back and have the board weigh in, and then we will reinstitute and get our facilities committee back together, and we'll start engaging faculty and principals and stuff like that to get input from all our stakeholders, including parents, once we get to that page. So this tonight is just simply, this is what we're doing to maintain things and keep them, running. But it's part of it'll be part of a bigger plan in the months to come. So.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, and yeah, Victor, I too wanted to add to what Jacob said, that I know that you inherited things that had not gone well for a long time, and you've been digging out for a long time, and I personally really appreciate it, and I appreciate knowing that our facilities are in good hands.
Thank you.
Can I have a motion, please?
I motion to approve 6.2.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Sorry, I heard everybody except Mr. Patel.
Sorry about that.
Can I get a yay or a nay on the motion?
Oh, of course, yay.
Yay, okay. Passes 5-0. I just want you guys to know I always listen and make sure that they hear everybody.
I'm sorry, I had to go get my charger. It's dying on me.
No problem. Okay, so we are now down to 8.1, approve addendum to MOU of August 4th, 2020 between CSEA Chapter 503 and the Santa Rita Union School District.
Thank you. The district and CSEA worked together regarding certain positions that may need to perform duties outside of their regular job descriptions due to the pandemic. And in agreement with this, we are looking at a temporary increase in compensation for custodians to, I believe it's a range 19, to rectify the work that people are going to be doing outside of that. And so that is temporary due to COVID-19. So it's an addendum that will be attached to the MOU we already have in place with CSEA. And the details are outlined on this one pager that's attached for your approval.
Any questions or comments? Okay, can I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
I'll take second.
Okay, so all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. Thank you. Okay, 9.1, informational item, review Santa Rita Union School District 2020-2021 school year plan status.
All right, good evening again. A few months ago, we created this wonderful document where we laid out our high risk, mid risk, and low risk plans. And we had some things in there that the district wanted to ensure were in place at school sites, work sites, and in classrooms before we ever open the hybrid. I've already talked with SRTA to let them know, even though our director of MOT and his staff might be coming through, putting some of these items on your site or in your classroom, to don't panic. It's just because we committed to having these things in place before students came, and the items are starting to arrive and we need to get them where they need to be installed. So I am going to see if I can share my screen, or if my buddy Victor jinxed me, and kind of take you through our list of things and where we are in that. You'll see a lot of items are already done. We have some pending and some things ordered. So I'll give it a try. All right, are you guys seeing that?
Yes, it's working.
Great, okay. So you'll notice, and when we did this, and I really want to thank Victor Sandoval and our nurse, Elizabeth Simmelman, for all of their dedication in putting these items together, helping us find them in the fastest route possible. And so I just wanted to give everyone, including the board, an update on where our status is, and to let you know that Victor and his team will be going through putting these things in order, double checking them, making sure each area has what we said they would have before we welcome students back to campus when it's safe to do so. So all of our adult and student masks, that task is complete. And so are a lot of our other items. You can see through here that our N95 masks, our disposable nursing gowns, our no-touch hand sanitizer dispensers, the wall-mounted ones are in, the cartridges. We still have some things on order, you'll notice, because turns out we're not the only school district attempting to buy these same supplies. And so as we go through, we're looking at putting things, very specific items in classrooms that don't already have them, such as a touch-free paper towel dispenser, so that we eliminate one of the high traffic areas where kids and adults might be touching things. So we've got our sanitization mix. I don't even know what a Tyvek suit is, but it sounds very serious, and we've got them ordered. So this is one of those moments where it takes a whole team to put together the items. And so Victor, Nurse Simmelman, we in Germany, just as we went through it. So And there are some even more specific items that aren't on this list. I know we have, for instance, with Nadine's department, some see-through masks for our speech therapists to use with students. Nuanced things like that we want to make sure that's in place. And so we're working on making sure all the barriers in the offices and workspaces that need them are up. Victor and his team are going to go around and finish up the stenciling. So the traffic flow for students and adults, or where they need to stand for social distancing, as well as our signage, our age appropriate signage, as well as signage in native languages for our students and families to have on hand. So when we get back to campus, all of these things will be in place. So as a cabinet, we kind of reviewed the whole plan. We went through these items and gave ourselves a deadline of having these things in place where they need to be before Thanksgiving break. So I wanted to just give the board an update on that and where we're at. So that you know that the action is still ongoing, and we're really committed to putting things in place that we promised would be in place for the safety of our students and our staff. And we're working through that process now.
Any questions?
I do. I have Melissa. Cafeteria, how are we going? Are the kids going to be in the classroom?
So actually, I could let Chuck Helm answer this, but I'll go ahead. We have a waiver to allow something more similar to the summer feeding program, where lunch can be a grab and go. And so we won't need to cycle students through the cafeteria. That would be a really difficult situation, especially for our littles, to make it through standing in a line and getting food and things like that. And so when we're able to institute the hybrid, we've got our plan for students entering to get a breakfast and having that in their classroom, and then having the lunch to go.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Mr. Patel?
First of all, Melissa, I just want to say once again, commendable work, getting ready for the day when we do get back to classroom. But the fact that we're getting ready and you're implementing some of the stuff, because we do have staff on campus, and so their health and safety and well-being. So I'm glad we're stockpiling what we need if we do open, and we're taking care of the staff that are already late. My concern is always, the safety, but the supply. You said it correctly. There's so many districts, so many companies, everyone is fighting for the same product. So I'm glad we're thinking ahead and getting ready for that day. And so whatever you can continue to do to make sure we have enough health and safety supplies for our staff and our students, the better, Once again, I would like for us to get back to school as soon as possible. But at the same time, I want to make sure we do it in a safe way, and we're prepared, we're ready, we have the supplies, we have a low infection rate, and only in those conditions, I would like to do that. So thank you very much for getting ready.
And I really, we're really fortunate to have Victor Sandoval and Elizabeth Sullivan on our staff. They reached out to contacts that they know to get a lot of these supplies in earlier. They really got ahead of this in their thinking and going ahead and ordering things, and Rosa being like, go ahead, let's move this money over here so that we can get these things before they're out of stock. So we're grateful for that. And then we're waiting on those last few items to come in.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, this was just an informational item, so it's not something that we need to vote on. So moving forward, is there anything any board members would like agendized for future meetings? Mr. Patel?
Can we do a virtual meeting from Hawaii? Is that possible? I mean, is that legal? That was a joke, Kim. You can laugh, at any point you like.
I was mentally seeing if I can make that work, but I really can't.
Board cannot, but the cabinet and the superintendent we could do it from there. So, but the board has to be in the district.
Any other questions or concerns before we move to adjourn? Okay, thank you, everybody, for all of your hard work in these crazy times. I really appreciate it. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes 5-0. Thank you, guys. Good night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good job, everyone.
Thank you, Tim, for everything you do, bro. Appreciate it.